Hello, my name is Pyro. This video will be a description of a series of two classes, starting with the fundamentals of blues and then how that relates into fusion dancing. And helping me today is Katrina. Katrina is a wonderful follow. She doesn't really lead too much, but she is going to be leading a little bit in this demonstration. So the main thing in terms of the fundamentals of blues is the three basic principles of blues. The first is grounding. Grounding meaning you're in your athletic stance, feet flat on the ground. When you're moving, your feet blend into the ground. The second aspect of blues is pulse. So you can pulse up and down, you can pulse to the side, you step pulse, lots of different ways to pulse in blues. And the final aspect that makes blues dancing blues is lag. And for lag, you need a partner. So what lag is I go and then she goes. This is the focus of the class, especially going into the fusion class. If you're not lagging, you're anticipating, and then you're missing out on a lot of the connection, okay? So the way we're gonna drill the lag is I'm gonna have Katrina tone her body up fully so that when I move, she's not going to move until she really feels me push her fairly significantly hard. And then she doesn't move until she feels like she's almost going to topple over. Right. Right, and then what she's feeling is a real heavy connection on my right hand on her shoulder blade. Okay. And then we're gonna turn that around, and now she's gonna do the same thing to me. I'm going to tone fully up, and she's going to put the pressure on me to move. Go ahead. Okay, go again. Really give it a lot of force there. There you go. One of the things that people who are new at leading have sometimes struggled with is the idea that if you're pushing too hard, you're going to hurt your follow. When you actually put a lot of force into it in the proper way, it actually feels more clear to the follow what you want your follow to do, where you want her to go. Okay? So we take that principle of lag, and then we move that into the fusion part of the class, where we advance the connection. So in the first part with the lag, we tone up the entire body, so tone up again, and I go, there you go. Okay, again, tone up full body. Good, okay. Now, the advanced connection is instead of toning up the full body, because when you're dancing on a social dance floor, you're not going to be totally stiff. You want to be able to move your shoulders and the rest of your body, is you're going to specifically tone one muscle, your lat dorsi, this muscle on the back, upper back. Both the lead and the follow are going to do this. So you're going to connect by toning that muscle. Go ahead, tone it. This brings a really solid connection without being stiff. You're stiffening basically one part of the body to connect really well, and then you can move the rest of the body. So that's the advanced connection that goes into the fusion class. Okay, we can stop. And then the rest of the fusion class is how to actually move some basic ideas to move to the beats of electronic dance music. So you have your 4/4 beats, boom, 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 boom. Sometimes the beats roll really fast, boom, 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 boom. Sometimes they come in triples, boom, boom, boom. So the way I teach it in terms of basic ideas of how to move it is you can either hit the beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. If the beats get really fast or if they get really choppy and you don't really want to hit it or you feel like you can't hit it, what you can do is roll the beat. So we're going to just hit the beat first, so it's hit, 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 and then we'll demonstrate rolling the beats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is really good for when the beats get really erratic, but you still hear the 4/4 in your music. The final thing you can do is completely ignore the beat, which we do in music. What you do is you pick out a melody in the song, violin, piano, guitar, vocals, and you basically ignore the beat and you dance more lyrically, you use your ballet skills, your jazz skills, or whatever you like to dance, ignoring the beat. Okay? And that is the series of 2 classes that I teach of taking the fundamentals of blues and applying it to fusion. And yeah, if you would like me to teach that, I would be happy to teach it for you wherever you are.